Talladega, Alabama. 87 laps on the board, and Jimmy Johnson continues to lead, followed by Casey Mears and Jeff Gordon.
You saw that slow car down between 1 and 2. That was Ricky Craven, who had just made a pit stop, trying to get back up to speed.
Unfortunately, he's not going to have anybody to get up to speed with.
No.
And the rest of the field looking at pit stops not far from that.
Boy, this is going to be real interesting if this thing stays green and these guys making pit stops, because getting on pit lane is going to be really exciting.
And again, they talked about this morning, they have to do it in single file, right,
Got to be in single file. You can't go down there into the pits side by side.
And you talked about it, Wally. If these teams are planning on changing 2 tires, they can't slide those front tires. If they do, that means they've got to change them because they'll be flat spotted.
Right.
If it stays under green, you'd have to expect most of these guys will just change right side tires, wouldn't you think?
I would think so.
Definitely.
Because the gas tank, as I said, only holds 14 gallons, so it's not going to take 13 or 14 seconds to fill it up with fuel. They can do it in about 10, 11 seconds, about what time it takes to change the right side tires or left side
Plus,
tires.
you also eliminate the mistake, the possibility of mistakes, potential for mistakes on the left side. Take a look at how the Gillette Young Guns are doing today. Gillette, the first micro-powered shaving system from Gillette, the new M3 Power. It's the new power behind the Gillette Young Guns.
Well, they're all over the place, but there again,
That's right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, check with us in 2 laps.
Yep. Although Ryan Newman has been deep in the field, but Harvick, it's very surprising because he was up with that front pack just like a lap or 2 ago.
He may be getting smart and getting in position to make his pit stop.
There he is. He's made up some ground there. Last time by 15.
Wow.
Martin sliding up there?
I don't know what happened, but Harvick all of a sudden was loose. He was in the middle. He was high and back in the middle again.
Carl Edwards in that white car, the 99.
And Mike Wallace in the 09. Remember, he blew the left rear tire and spun up in turn 3. Here he is back on the lead lap and
13th spot.
Yeah, 13th. Depends on when you look.
Now they got to be thinking about it. Let's see. Got to get in position. You got to wave like heck when you're going to pit, and hopefully nobody will run in the back.
And you also have to have your fuel mileage figured correctly, because you don't want to be Jimmy Johnson right about there and run out.
No.
That could cause the big one that we always talk about, that could definitely cause that.
Update on the 24 of Jeff Gordon from Dave Burns.
Well, I got a question for Wally. If the 24 likes the high line so much, wouldn't he be running the low line just to put himself into position better to enter pit lane?
I would think so. I would think so. I mean, these guys are getting ready to pit, and you want to be low. You don't want to be on the high side and then have to force your way down in. So I would think that they're just getting ready to come down pit lane.
There's a strong mix of Hendrick cars and DEI cars, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated machines at the front of the field. Jeff Gordon's thoughts on competing against DEI as a member of Hendrick Motorsports.
We've been very strong in the restrictor plate tracks for a number of years. Hendrick Motorsports, Hendrick Engines have had that dominance before and know what it feels like. And when somebody it comes in, like DEI has and really takes over the way they have, then you go to work.
And they have done their work.
They have gone to work, yes. Every one of those personnel at Hendrick Motorsports, all 300 of them or whatever.
Dale Earnhardt drives for DEI. An update on the 8 car from Matt.
His cousin and car chief, Tony Urias Jr., just told him, get in position. We're going to pit in 2 laps.
And this is when the fun is about to start. Johnson continues to lead in the 48.
Looks like that rear bumper guard is loose on the 8 car. Looks like someone has got in the back of it pretty good. Maybe that's the 41 car.
That could be.
We saw where the 41 had a dent on the front bumper of his car.
See, now we need to get somebody with a front cam looking forward at him.
You know, a couple laps ago, going into turn 3, Earnhardt Jr. was on the outside of the 40, and I saw him stick his hand out the window with 2 fingers, telling Sterling, who was on the inside, we're coming in at 2 laps.
The 38 on pit road, that's Elliott Sadler in front of Marty Snyder.
Yeah, and he's a sixth-place man in the championship. You see the damage on the front grill that we talked about, kind of bent in a little bit. They had talked about 2 tires here, but then they decided to take 4 because a lot of the other teams on pit road are going to take 4 tires as well because we've run a fuel run. 9 volts on the voltmeter for Elliott Sadler, so that's not getting any better. 4 tires. The chassis is still excellent.
Hey, Marty, check that right front. It looked like he might have been low when he came in. I know he flat spotted it, but I thought maybe it might be low.
We expect some more of the leaders in this time. Let's see what happens. Marty?
They just flat spotted it, BP, when he came to pit road.
Okay.
Here come the Hendrick teammates, the 48, the blue car of Jimmy Johnson. Behind him, the 24 of Jeff Gordon. You have to be single file.
Nope. They're trying.
97 of Kurt Busch in front of Marty.
Trying for his best ever restrictor plate finish, bettering the second place he had in the 2003 Daytona 500. The chassis has been terrific, just hanging out 4 tires. No changes. Dave?
Good chassis also for Jeff Gordon. No changes on the car. They will take on 4 tires. That piece of tape and plastic holding on the front of the car so far. Matt?
Jimmy Johnson having an awesome day. They're going to make a 4-tire change. The track bar adjustment has already been completed. The car was just a tick on the tight side. Gloves are on, and he's down and away.
Wow, 16.5 for the 48. That's a long time, and these guys are taking 4 tires.
Yeah.
Now, if your partner takes 4, you better take 4.
Oh, he's in the grass. Casey Mears.
You think he's speeding, maybe?
Yeah.
And that's too bad because he's had a great run this afternoon. There's the 8 of Earnhardt Jr. heading for his stall. The 29 on the pit road, Dave.
29 car of Kevin Harvick. Last time he came in, he did not overshoot his pit. Again, he lands it correct for the 29 car. He will take on 4 tires. Matt?
Dale Earnhardt Jr. reminded several times, take it easy on entry. Do not flash by your tires. They were making a 2-tire change. He had to pull out wide, run the 01 and Nemechek.
Wow, that's surprising. Some 2 tires.
It's a mad dash off of pit road now, and this will really break up the field. Brendan Gaughan currently scored as the race leader in the 77 car.
I don't know how much this is really going to split them up.
And the 41, Casey Mears, too fast entering.
You're kidding.
There's some visual evidence to support that.
Yes, there is.
Now take a look at this, Wally, exactly what you talked about on the countdown.
Yeah, he got in hot. He locked up the right front, and then he couldn't control the car.
Because he was
went
running
the
too
grass,
fast.
going too fast, and he's got the right front flat, it looks like now, because you know what? When you lock up the right front tire coming to the pit, you're only going maybe 140, 150, but it's going to go flat. Unfortunately, that is going to cost him.
That's Brendan Gaughan in the 77, the yellow Kodak machine, followed by Ryan Newman and Tony Stewart. Those drivers have not pitted yet, but they're thinking about coming now.
And we see the 41 car going down for his penalty. And folks, it's awfully difficult to go from 190 to 55 miles per hour.
Marty Snyder on the 20.
Wow, you should see some of these guys come on pit road. Tony Stewart and all the guys at the back of the car. He slid through his pits. They got to push the car back. Won't cost them too much, though. The car has been pretty good for Tony. Just a little bit tight. They're going to go half round up on the track bar. 2 tires, Matt.
And Ryan Newman's also in. They're going to pull a tearaway off that windshield to help visibility. No adjustments on the 12 car. They pack it full of fuel, and he will go with right side tires only.
Bobby Labonte behind the 12, coming off of pit road.
It just seems like that all the cars, about half of them changed 4 and about half changed 2.
But the guys that changed 4 are right there with the guys that changed 2.
Because it takes a lot longer than you'd think, I believe, Benny, to get that fuel in there. You're not really waiting that much longer on the 4 tires. How about it, Matt?
Tony Eury Jr. told me the reason why he in the 15 took 2 tires this stop, they wanted to see exactly what it would do. They know they're getting great tire wear, but they want to see what it will do with the race car in case they have to do that at the end of the race.
All these cars, 8, 97, 22, 33, 6, all those cars changed 2 tires. Now the first car that changed 4, I'm not sure. Maybe
They're right behind him, coming fast.
Maybe Michael Walker back there somewhere.
Caution, objects in your rearview mirror may be faster than they appear. 77 of Brendan Gaughan, pass-through penalty, too fast entering pit road. That's a rookie year.
That is a rookie year. Casey Mears is not a rookie this year, but a fairly young driver. He learned a very valuable lesson there. How much difficult it is to slow down from 190 to 55 miles per hour.
99 laps complete at Talladega. Dale Earnhardt Jr. continues to lead, followed by Kurt Busch. He has 4 wins at this track, trying to get number 5. His dad had 10 at Talladega.